Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, High on Figures. This is my second figure review on the channel. It's long awaited and I wanted to share with you all two of my newest pickups, and they were from the flash discount sale that just ended today on April 13th. It's a Sunday today, and this event ran for just less than a week. And I have been going to their stores almost like every day for the last few days, trying to see what interesting figures there were on offer. And as expected, it's just the really undesirable figures there still. And I was pretty lucky to acquire this modern suit Batman from the Flash movie. So this was probably one of the more recent figures that was on sale in their shops, and it's not in every of their shops, it's in a couple of them, and sometimes you may see it one day and not the next day. So this review will be mainly focused on the Stormtrooper, and I will do a separate video on the modern suit Batman. But I'm very happy with the two pickups. With the discount, it was anywhere between 20% to 50% on all of their figures. So some were 50%, and well, all of them were either 20% off, and a few were only 50% off. So these two were 20% off, and it came to the modern suit Batman was just a little over $200 US, and the Stormtrooper worked out to be just over $150 US. So very tempting prices, and it was hard not to pull the trigger. So with that said, I'm going to remove the Batman for now, and we're just going to be talking about the Stormtrooper. So here is the Stormtrooper, and firstly, I am very impressed with this figure. Part of what makes me want to purchase something is not only must I like the character, but I think that the overall package of the figure must be also very good too. So that includes the box art. I think the box art looks very stunning with the figure on the front. It looks very clean, and this over the years is not the first iteration of the original trilogy Stormtrooper. This is more of a 2.0 with very slight differences. So there are some weathering effects. You can't see it. Even if I zoom in, it's quite hard to see, but there are some weathering effects on these sides of the armor, and a little bit on the upper areas of the suit. But generally, it looks very clean, and I like him to be in this kind of pose. I think it's very iconic with him holding the gun like that. And for me, I'm not a huge Star Wars collector, so I was on the lookout for this Stormtrooper in particular. I was on the fence for this for a long time. This for retail price in Hong Kong is about $200 something, just over $200. So I went back and forth on it. There was a sale last year that I didn't pull the trigger on it, so I spent the same price as I would have if I pulled the trigger on it last year. This figure came out last year, so it's a new figure, and it's a very well done figure in my opinion. If you are into Star Wars, this is a must-have figure. What sold me on this is if you have a Darth Vader, then it elevates the display with a Darth Vader just to have these Stormtroopers behind it. So as a collector, I'm very high on companion pieces. So if there are a few of my top figures, I would be very inclined to get certain figures to pair with it so that it elevates the whole display overall. Now, I don't acquire everything to make it a companion piece. The companion piece for me, I also have to like that too. So I wouldn't get a companion that I don't care about. And if we're talking about what is an iconic Star Wars character, a Stormtrooper is way up there as being iconic as you can get. And I think one of the best parts about this figure is this Death Star base that lights up. It needs two AAA batteries that you can insert at the back. And I actually like that as opposed to a USB because you don't need to plug it anywhere. Batteries aren't expensive, but you'll have to replace them over time, which is completely fine. And it's accessible by a switch at the back. And there's not a lot to a Stormtrooper really. It's a very simple figure, so which is why I was in the past reluctant to spend too much on a Stormtrooper, but at just over 150 US dollars, I think that is a very, very good price. It's one of those figures that simplicity really is the best for these kind of figures. At the time of purchase, I did see the 1.0 of this figure that came out in 2019. And so when you're shopping for Hot Toys in Hong Kong in the official Hot Toys shops, you will very occasionally come across very old figures that they will obtain from other regions of their shops. So this could be from Sideshow. And since last year when this came out, this Stormtrooper and the Shadow Trooper, which is literally the same figure but in black, and it comes with that sort of cauldron thing that he has on his shoulder. This was very readily available. It did not sell out, which is not the case for most new figures that gets released in from Hot Toys. Depending on the character, you may find it available for a short period of time, but then after maybe a few weeks, a month has passed, usually you won't see that figure again, unless it's a very unpopular figure. So I believe maybe they overproduced this figure. So, it's been several months now since this figure came out, and it was still available. Even the Shadow Trooper is a little bit more available than this figure. But when I bought this week, I believe they only had one left at a secret base, and I think only secret base in Hong Kong has it. I don't think any of their other Hot Toy shops have it anymore, but Shadow Trooper is still available in every of their shops. So I keep my Star Wars collection tight. I think so far I only have the Darth Vader, the Return of the Jedi version. I have the Darth Maul 2.0 that just released. I have this, and then General Grievous. And I'm looking to expand my Star Wars collection to maybe a few more characters, but I'm keeping it tight. Now, I haven't gone through what this figure comes with because I'm sure this isn't the first review video that you've watched, so there's no need for me to go over that. My main focus for my reviews is just to give you my general thoughts, not to spend time going through all these accessories or the articulation. But I would say that when I am articulating the figure, everything feels very sturdy and premium. I believe it has ratchet joints, but there's no clicking noise. Or I could be wrong with that, but my point is, when you're articulating the figure, it feels there is some resistance towards it. So it really feels like it's a premium product, that it's worth the money that you're paying for. Let me try and zoom in to see some of the weathering effects, if you can. It's very hard to pick up in the video, but maybe you can see kind of like the spots here, and even on the boots there are some little dirt patterns here. Even on the belt you can see, and I really don't mind that. I like it to have well, probably wouldn't be my preference, but I still like it. At the end of the day, you have to make it a little bit different than the 1.0. So I'm very happy about this figure overall. I'm glad that in the end I pulled the trigger on it, and I highly recommend, if you can get a good price on it, then you should get it if you are a Star Wars fan. Everything feels durable. I thought the gun, I was very careful handling it, but that goes without saying when you're generally handling Hot Toys figures, that you shouldn't just be very rough with it. You should try and handle it with care. And when you're articulating, be careful with it. And I think with that said, that is everything I have on this figure. And I will keep it with this pose, and in the future I will do a video to showcase my collection, but at the moment I'm still waiting for a lot of things to come in, and I have yet to set up my display properly due to things have not all arrived, and I have not bought my display yet, but it's going to look very sick when I have the Darth Vader in front of it, and that will be shown in a future video. So with that said, please wait for my next video on the Modern Suit Batman, and I hope you all enjoyed listening to this review. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you, and I'll see you again.